You are halfway through your OET reading test. You just finished a part B. You feel okay. Then part C starts. You look at the passage and suddenly it's not simple anymore. The sentences are longer. The ideas feel dense. The options all look correct for you. And this is where most candidates don't lose English marks, they lose thinking marks because OET reading part C is not testing speed. It's not even testing vocabulary directly. It is testing how you process complex meaning under pressure. Okay, so let me tell you the task structure first. In OET reading part C, you get two long texts, each with around 800 words. Total 16 questions. And these questions are not basic, remember that. So they are designed to test main idea, tone, inference, and opinion. So you should notice something important here. They are not asking what does this word mean. They will ask what does the writer intend here. So that's a completely different level of reading, right? So that's why the focus is on writer's intention, not on vocabulary. And what this actually tests, OET reading part C is testing three deep skills. The first one, can you follow complex arguments or not? Not just sentences, but how ideas connect across paragraphs. Can you handle ambiguity? Sometimes there is no direct answers. You have to infer the answers. So it tests your ambiguity. And then can you avoid traps? Because all four options will sound correct, but only one is precisely correct. So you need to identify that. Got it? So these are the things that this part tests on. And let me give you some of the important techniques in order to get you high score. Kindly make a note of it. Okay? Technique number one, meaning flow, not word hunting. So most students read like this. They understand every word. That's a mistake. Instead, you should read like, what is the writer doing here? Are they explaining? Are they arguing? Are they criticizing? Or are they comparing? When you follow the function of each paragraph, then you don't get lost, right? And the second technique is slow down to speed up. This sounds strange, but it works. Yes, if you rush the passage, then you reread multiple times. You get confused. You waste time. Instead, you have to read only once properly. Then you can understand the structure. Then questions becomes easier, isn't it? And the third technique is option elimination with precision. Because in part C, you don't find the correct answer, you eliminate wrong ones. And the key is options are wrong because they are too extreme or they slightly distort the meaning, they add extra information, and sometimes they remove important nuance. Even a small mismatch, then it means the wrong answer. Okay? And the next technique is attitude detection. This is where high scorers stand out. You must ask, is the writer supportive, neutral, or critical? Because many questions are based on the tone, opinion, subtle judgment. And these are not directly stated. Okay. And the next technique is don't trust familiar words. If an option uses the same words as the passage, you have to be very careful because OET often uses word matching traps. So correct answers usually lies with the paraphrasing of the idea, not copying it. Okay, so let's move on to an example here. This is the example. The evolving role of patient autonomy in modern healthcare. If you want, you can just pause the video, try to read it by yourself, and then we will move on to the questions. Okay? Once you're done, we'll just move to the questions now. Now, based on the passage, the focus is on patient autonomy in healthcare. There you could see the balanced discussion. They have given the benefits plus challenges, and the focus is on interpretation, not memorization. Okay. Now, for the first question, what is the main purpose of the passage? And the options are to argue that patient autonomy should replace clinical judgment, to examine both benefits and challenges of patient autonomy, to criticize healthcare professionals for limiting autonomy, to explain why patients should always make their own decisions. Okay, so for this one, what is the main purpose? Here, you need to use the technique meaning flow plus extreme option elimination. First, I don't jump to the options, okay? I quickly replay the meaning flow of the passage in my head. So the paragraph one, if you want, again, if you can just go back and try to recall the paragraphs again. So the paragraph one introduces autonomy, which is neutral and positive. And the paragraph two, it shows a problem. Paragraph three, conflict with clinical judgment. Paragraph 4, cultural changes, and paragraph 5, communication importance. Okay, so the final is the balanced conclusion. So clearly this is not one sided, right? Now if you check the option A, replace clinical judgment, that means it's extreme distortion. And C, to criticize healthcare professionals for limiting autonomy, that is not the writer's intention at all. And D, always patient decide, no, that's again the extreme option. So using extreme filter technique, I eliminate all wrong statements. Now only one balanced option remains, which is option B, examines both benefits and challenges. So this matches the overall meaning flow perfectly. Got it? And the second question is drawback. The question here is, according to the passage, what is one potential drawback of encouraging autonomy? Okay, here, now I need to remember from the reading. Okay, paragraph 2 had a negative tone. So I need to go there mentally. It increases anxiety. Now, option B, increased anxiety is there. That's the exact match. Okay. Now you need to check others using precession elimination in order to reconfirm. For A, refuse all advice. That's too extreme, right? Remember, like all, every, many, so much. If the extreme words are coming, please don't take that. And C, it reduces the accuracy of diagnosis not mentioned anywhere in the paragraphs. And the fourth one, lose authority completely. That one is exaggerated. Okay. So I'm not just picking B, I'm eliminating others based on distortion and exaggeration. Got it? So this is how you need to identify the correct option. Let me move to another question. So the question here is, what does the writer suggest about the cultural differences? So I need to go back to the paragraphs and I need to recall all the paragraphs. What the paragraph says, the fourth paragraph says autonomy must adapt to different cultures. Okay, if you look at the options, they require flexibility in applying autonomy. Yes, this is not the same wording, but same meaning, right? So require flexibility, and in the paragraph that I have read, like autonomy must adapt to different culture, it means the same, right? So that's the answer. Now I have to recheck by eliminating others. Let me check that. For the first one, A, they make autonomy impossible. Again, the word impossible, extreme. No. And option C, not important. So it's actually given as important in the paragraph if you see. So this is again the opposite way. So this is also incorrect. Prioritize individual choice. No, this is again incorrect. So this is classic OET trap. Same meaning but not same words. So here we have used a paraphrase matching technique in order to find the answer, right? So remember the techniques, strategies, and the common mistakes to avoid that we have discussed so far, and try to implement everything in your OET reading part C. That's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more OET tips. See you in the next video. Bye bye.